Hey everybody, it's me again. So tonight, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be talking about two separate, or they could be combined, issues that is one huge reason that people come to me for CBD oil. Hi, whoever's on, go ahead and pop on and say hi. If you watch this after I post it, after the live is over, hit replay so I know that you watched it. If you have any questions, of course, you can always contact me at any point in time. If you look at the title, okay, we're going to be talking about sometimes people are worried about things that they can't control, and for no reason. And to the extent that worry controls their life almost. Hey, and I don't want to say almost, it does control their life, and it can get super, super bad. And when that is combined with not being able to control things and constant worrying about it, along comes another issue, emotional issue, where they're way down in the slumps, okay? Again, I cannot name diagnoses, so this is why I am using like symptoms to describe what people can be suffering from, and what my topic is this evening. And also, along with being down in the slumps, sometimes people can be way down in the slumps depending on the season, right? So the sunshine gives us energy, right? Like, I know in the summertime, I'm up at like 4 or 5 o'clock every morning without an alarm clock. And the wintertime, I'm setting an alarm. Now, typically, my dogs will wake me up, but that's what happens with the sun, right? And then for me, I feel like in the summertime that there's so much that I can get done, and I feel guilty for not getting things done, like until the sun goes down. And in the winter, for me, I find that it's a little bit more relaxing for me, and I can get, I feel okay to relax, but not everybody feels that way, right? The darkness for some people brings on a major downhill spiral of being extremely sad and feeling almost helpless, and that they're way down in the dumps, in which they can even feel like they're worthless. So that can come with seasons as well. Imagine, and I'm sure some of you can, because I'm sure some of you have either gone through it or do go through it or know people who are going through it, right? It's awful. It's absolutely awful. And there's no reason to have to suffer. There's no reason to have to suffer. So let me go. So I found this amazing article, and I can put the link in the comments when I'm done. Every time that I do a live, I'm referring to a lot of research that I've done. I'm not just, pulling this out of my bum, for lack of better terms. I've done the research because I want to know exactly what I'm talking about before I get on here. So it is backed by good articles and worthy articles. So here's their description in the article of these three diagnoses that I'm talking about, that I just gave the description, okay? So what they say is many people suffer from feeling worried, have nervousness or unease, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome, okay? So that's the first one that I'm talking about. That's the first diagnosis. The second diagnosis is being way down in that slump and not being able to get out. So that can be all the time, or it can come with seasonal changes. It can come with an unexpected trauma or event that happens to somebody, a death, in the family. Or I know after my father died, I had a hard time for a long time. It was bad. And of course, in 1996, I didn't know about CBD oil, I was never prescribed medication, probably should have been, but I never was. But that was hard for me. That was really, really hard for me. And now that I'm older and I know about CBD, I wish I would have known about it then, because it would have saved a lot of problems that I went through years later down the road. So yeah, anything that happens in anybody's life can put you way back. And a lot of times, hey Anna, hey Brian, hey everybody, holy cow, there's tons of people, I love it. A lot of times, people can put on a show. you have no idea what anybody's going through around you, right? Like, somebody can come into work and act all happy and, like nothing's going on when really they're dying inside. So people learn how to fake it, but their inside should match their outside, right? And another thing that the article says is for this, so for all of the symptoms that I have been talking about, many are prescribed medications, which we all know that, okay? But many of them, medications, have side effects, okay, such as nausea, increased nervousness, so it's heightening the issue, it's not helping it, or restlessness. So now, instead of them just worrying all the time, they're also not sleeping because the medication is making them not sleep. So now they've got insomnia, which is not good. We all know that rest is good for any issue that we're having with our body or our brain. Dizziness, reduced sexual desire, drowsiness, there's insomnia, which I already went over, weight gain or loss, headaches, dry mouth, vomiting, diarrhea. So if these occur, it's likely that more medications will be prescribed to combat all the side effects that they're having, right? Because the primary concern of the physician, which this is medicine now, and that's okay. That's how they're doing it, but we're doing it different. So that's what they do. They know that they've got to treat that. I almost said the diagnoses. This is really hard, you guys. They know that they need to treat the lack of emotion way down in the slumps, or they know they need to treat that increased worriness because this person's life is not okay. So they need to be on, according to medicine, that medication to help with the most prominent problem, the reason why that person went into the doctor's office or wherever they're going to get their prescriptions. And so they don't want to take them off that medication because they want to get rid of the primary complaint, right? So they're going to prescribe more to try and help with these side effects that they may or may not get from the prescribed medication to help the primary complaint. That said, that new medication to combat the side effect for the primary complaint medication could introduce more side effects. So it could be an ongoing thing, you go in for one complaint and you may end up with 5 different medications down the road. This is a scenario, okay? I'm not saying that every time you go to a doctor, this is what happens. I'm just saying that according to this article, and many of us have been through it, this is what happens, but it doesn't have to, all right? So they also are referring to a study that was done, which I thought was awesome. So in 2011, a bunch of specialists got together and they formed, they took 10 different groups, or 10 people in one group, right? At first they were in one group and then they separated them, okay? So one group suffering from all of the symptoms that I've been talking about had a placebo, okay? So that was something similar to CBD oil, but not CBD oil. So they thought that that's what they were getting, but they weren't. And then they weren't getting any medication or anything, but they were getting a substitute, so not CBD. The other group was getting CBD oil, all right? So, and I should point out too that the one group that was getting CBD oil, they're only getting 400 milligrams. So I don't want to say only because that's not, little, but our lowest is 500. And then the other group, like I said, was a placebo. So the group given CBD had effectively enhanced their symptoms contrasted to those who were not given CBD. So what's that saying? It's saying that because of the CBD oil that they were given in this study, a large majority of their symptoms that they first went into this study with were completely gone or majorly reduced. It's awesome. So, last thing that I want to say about this is that my hemp extracted CBD oil, and I do say hemp because they can extract CBD from the marijuana plant, which is not what this is. This is from the hemp plant. And again, I will just throw in a little quick educational part here about the difference is that hemp has a high level of CBD and an extremely trace amount of THC. So there's no psychoactive effect on your brain. There's no high. Whereas the marijuana plant has a high level of THC and trace amounts of CBD. So the THC is what gives you that psychoactive high. That's what you're getting, or people are getting when they smoke marijuana, okay? So this is from the hemp plant. There's absolutely no high. Mine is 100% organic. It is non-GMO, it is pure, it is full spectrum, which means that it's using everything from the plant, right? So some companies that sell CBD oil don't extract everything, and one reason is their extraction process. We use the top of the line extraction process, which allows us to not put any fillers in it whatsoever. So our ingredients is hemp oil. And if you get the peppermint flavored one, it has natural peppermint flavor in it. So there's a big difference there too. It is backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you purchase it and you don't like it, even if your bottle is empty after 30 days of getting the CBD oil, you're going to get your money back, 100% guaranteed, okay? So I've had some people ask me if we sample. No, we don't, because we don't tamper with our bottles, and because who knows what happens to your CBD oil bottle after you open it, you know, like there's things in the air, whatever the case may be, and you know, we don't do that. It's a company policy, so we do not do samples, but that is your sampling, really. You know, it's like you're giving them the money for the CBD oil, but if you don't like it in 30 days, you're getting it back. So that's pretty awesome guarantee, even if your bottle's empty. So that's awesome. And that's all I wanted to say. If anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to help as always. I do have the night off. I'll be going live again later on tonight with a member of my team. And I'm not 100% sure what we're talking about. He's like interviewing me, so I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping that I can stay awake until then too. I'm beat. All right, guys, have an awesome, awesome night. Love to all. Take care and get a hold of me. Bye-bye.